Hi friends, hello, hi, how are you? I hope you guys are having an amazing day today. Hello, so today, this is like the most excited I've been for a TALKtorial Tuesday in a while, and that is because I'm the most excited about this palette. So this is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Norvina Volume 1 palette. I'm assuming there's gonna be more. This is a pro pressed pigment palette. We're jumping right in today. Hi, hello. I'm really excited about this palette. When I first saw this palette, it was actually put in my group chat that I have with a couple other people here on YouTube, and they all hated it. And I was kind of like, yeah, like I get that actually. I actually wasn't like obsessed with it. And then the more that I kind of stared and became just obsessed with this palette, I realized I wanted it. I love that there is a mix of pinks and purples, which is really true to Norvina is the, you guys don't know, I feel like it might not be common knowledge. Norvina is the, like, I think she's the creative director of Anastasia Beverly Hills. I'm pretty sure. She has like a very big role in Anastasia Beverly Hills. Her mom, Anastasia, is obviously like the owner, but Norvina does all of the like stuff, becomes somewhat of an influencer in her own right just by being who she is. So this is her second palette. The first palette was the Norvina palette. I didn't like that palette. Full honesty, I hated that palette. I actually decluttered it, like I didn't like it. This palette, however, I was looking at it and I was like, this is beautiful. It's so pretty. So what I really wanted to do is play with it. I've already done a look with the pinks and more purpley kind of side of this, and that was in my video about the Ace family. If you guys want to go see that eye look, that used this palette. And today I want to play with this kind of section, like the more corals and yellows and oranges, because I feel like everyone's kind of doing looks with the purples, because obviously it's like a giant purple palette, but I want to play with like the other things too, just to play around. I have a vision of doing like a yellow, orange, and coral like halo eye, and then doing like a bright blue under the lower lash line. We'll see if that actually happens. So we're just going to zoom you guys in and then we will get started talking about this palette. Okay, so we're zoomed in. We're ready to rumble. Let's do it. So I am just gonna take a sort of like fluffy blending brush and go into this shade D1, which is a bright yellow shade, and I am just going to pack that on the outer and inner corner. I also today decided to use eye primer. I actually used the Anastasia eye primer because the recommendation for this palette was to use the Anastasia eye primer with it, and a lot of people sometimes question why I don't wear an eye primer. I normally don't wear eye primers because I don't think they work. That's just honestly how I feel. I don't really feel like eye primers do anything for me except make my eyes more crinkly and kind of gross. But I decided to try it today. See, and I haven't really played with the Anastasia primer too much, only because when I got it, it exploded. The packaging on that thing is absolutely horrific. The packaging is like absolutely terrible. So I definitely didn't want to use it too much after that because it exploded everywhere, but I've decided to give it another chance. And so that is what we used today. I braced myself when I opened it. I was like ready for anything basically. How's everyone's week? I didn't bake my contour today. I did a mini experiment to see if I like how my contour looks better on camera if I don't bake it. So we'll see. Jury's still out on that. I'm gonna go in, these neons are just calling my name. I'm gonna go in with E2, this bright orange, and just blend and pack that in with kind of a prickly brush. Kind of the same place. Oh, that's so cool. Okay, I'm gonna try to blend it in at the top. I think that just completely covered the yellow though. The yellow is like gone. I asked you guys last week if you enjoyed the background that I got going on here with the lights, the like twinkle lights, and just the kind of more simplistic background. And honestly, based on the comments, it was really 50-50. So I think I am gonna include a poll up in the little cards thing. It's either this side or this side. I really couldn't tell you. I'm gonna include a little poll. I could do a total candy corn eye look with this palette. I'm gonna do a little poll and you guys can vote if for some things like Tutorial Tuesdays or just like get ready with me's, if you like this backdrop or if you want me to try to find something else. It seems like people, there will also be an I don't care option because I know some of you purely just like literally could care less. But I did want to give you guys an option to voice your opinion on that because honestly it was like 50-50. And I'm gonna go back in with that yellow, that C1, and just kind of make sure I don't lose that yellow, especially up in the top here because that's really where I wanted it. I'm gonna bring some of that yellow back at least as like a blend. I'm trying to think of what even happened last week. My week has been so nuts. Today was like a nutty day. I finally got my furniture delivered from IKEA, which is it was so insane because when I ordered it, I was under the impression that as a normal, like with a normal delivery, they would just like bring it to me. Like I thought that's how all deliveries worked. It's not. So with IKEA, it's actually different. I'm gonna go in with this bright pink neon shade, and this is E4, and I'm actually gonna take a kind of smaller brush because I really want to make sure I don't lose that orange and yellow I just put back on. And I am going to take a smaller blending brush and just really focus it on the like lower, kind of like from the crease down, if you will. I thought they just like bring it to you. They don't. So I had to, somebody like called me because I was like, where's this IKEA order? Because it was supposed to come, the estimated delivery was like 3 days before we moved. So I'm like, where the heck is this IKEA order? Because I was kind of banking on it for storage and the reason that I bought it, you know, I was like kind of waiting on those things. And so I'm like, where's this order? And finally I got a call. I kept checking my like routing number and it wasn't updating. And I was like, where is this order? And so finally I got a call and they were like, hi, this is so-and-so with so-and-so carrier, and we're just calling because we need to schedule your IKEA delivery. So I called them back and they were like, yeah, you have to like be there and like collect the packages from us basically. And I was just like, what? And so they were like, yeah, and I was like, okay. So they were like, okay, there's like a 4-hour window. Who has 4 hours? Apparently I do because I did it, but I was like, who has just 4 hours to just wait for you guys to deliver something? So, and it was on like it was a Monday. It was just like, who has the time for this? So I was like, okay, fine. Like I obviously need the stuff. So they scheduled it on a day that I wasn't working or doing anything like that. And I was actually glad she was like willing to work with me on that one because I just couldn't have done it like a different day than today. And she gave me the 4-hour window and it was from like 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. And I just like, the problem was because I thought it was gonna come on the 28th and I thought it was coming before the move, I'm gonna go in with this neon red, and that is in the shade D3. Because I thought it was gonna come before the move, I had it getting delivered to the apartment. So I had to go sit at the empty apartment, and I'm gonna focus this really on the outer part, the outer corner. I had to go sit at the empty apartment where there's like nothing. There's no Wi-Fi, there's no like, there's one singular couch that we're trying to sell, and that's literally it. So I had to go sit at the empty apartment all day, and I just kind of chilled. It was actually kind of nice, I'm not gonna lie, but it was also stressful because then they give you a call like 30 minutes before they're gonna be there. They're like, this is your 30-minute warning, like we're gonna be there. And I was like, okay. So I'm like waiting, and like it had been like 47 minutes, I think, and they hadn't showed up yet, and I was starting to get nervous that like, I was like, what if I'm supposed to be like waiting outside for them? What if I'm supposed to be doing all these crazy things? Because I didn't even know that I was supposed to like be getting a delivery by them. So I was just like, what if I was supposed to do like something else? This is just a like clean brush. Clean's objective. It's just a brush that doesn't have anything on it, and I'm just blending out the edges a little bit. I was like, what if I was supposed to do some other random obscure thing in order to get my package? And just like going through my head, and then finally they showed up, and it literally took like 2 minutes. It was the easiest process ever. I think I built it up in my head to be scarier than it actually was. It really was not scary. I'm gonna go in with this sort of like fiery orange shade, and I'm just gonna use my finger, and I'm gonna pat that in the middle where there's no color. And then I had to go to my school and get my school ID because I've gone there for 4 semesters and never got a student ID. Mostly because I don't like getting my picture taken with those particular types of things. Not because I'm like, oh my god, ugh. They just always look ugly, like always. Whenever I'm photographed from like the photo booth that looks like that, like my driver's license, like everything, it always ends up looking super, super, super bad. So I just like didn't want to deal with it. So, and also I just like didn't want to go. Like I just didn't want to have to like wait in a line. Luckily there was no line. They just like got me in and out, and I got my ID, and that was fine. And then we're gonna go in with the shade C2, which is this bright goldy color, and I'm gonna pack that really on the actual middle of the eye. It's kind of like a fire look. So then I had to do all that, and now I'm here filming this video. That was kind of my day today. Just kind of a day of like errands. That's how my weekends are gonna end up being, I think, just because I am working like through the week. So I think the weekends are always just gonna end up being like errand type days, which is fine. It's good to stay busy. but also I'm already busy. So might have been nice to have like a little break, but it's fine. I think I am gonna go in with this kind of like mustard yellow shade, which is a matte shade. And I'm gonna take a little packing brush, and I think I'm gonna just like lightly pat that on the spot between where the shimmer and the red matte kind of meet. The thing I've noticed about things like cut creases and halo eyes, is this me actually giving you advice about makeup? Oh my god. The thing I've noticed about those is adding something like a matte color that can just kind of help fuse the two colors together can help create a little bit more of like a seamless look. But then I'm going to take a little bit more of that yellow and pop it right in the middle just to bring back, because when you put the matte over it, the shimmer kind of goes away. So I just like to add a little extra. Now, I really have this dream of doing like an intense blue, just doing this blue on my lower lash line. I don't know why, I think it would look so cool. I'm just gonna go for it. It's technically like got some shimmer to it, but I don't think it's like a shimmer shade. I think it's like a matte with glitter. Oh, do I look dumb? No. I hope this doesn't look stupid. I feel like it's gonna make my eyes look too droopy. I hate when Tutorial Tuesdays turn out bad because I still have to post like a thumbnail. I still have to like post the video. Like I can't just not post the video because it turns out bad. Okay, I'm gonna take this like blending brush and try to make that a little bit less harsh. Maybe I'll take, actually, there's a white shade in here. This is the shade C1, and I think I'm gonna use that. Oh, that's better. Just to make it not as like harsh. It feels very like boy band in the 2000s, you know? Am I more than you bargained for, yeah? I am going to put on lashes and do eyeliner and everything, and I think that's gonna help pull the like weird contrast I have going together, and then we'll do final thoughts on the palette, and I have a lot of thoughts, so get ready for that. This with like a really neutral lip because I got scared. I don't know if I'm obsessed with how this turned out. I do feel like maybe it's a teeny bit harsh on the lower lash line, but I also kind of like it. I like can't tell. It's very different from what I normally do because normally I'm very basic. So I think that's what's kind of throwing me, but let me know what you guys think. I like the halo eye especially. I feel like I nailed that part. It's more the bottom I'm questioning my choices. So let's do our mandatory narcissistic montage, and then we will zoom out for final thoughts on the palette. Alexa, play Good as Hell by Lizzo on Spotify.
Good as Hell by Lizzo from Spotify.
I love this song.
I do my hair toss, check my nails. Walk your fine ass out the door.
Okay, we're done. Alexa, stop. Okay, so final thoughts on the palette. Okay, I have mixed thoughts. I do like the palette a lot, and I enjoy playing with it. The few times I've played with it yesterday and today, both looks I think turned out beautiful. I loved how they look. I think the color combination is actually relatively unique. I think if you have the original Norvina palette, you will not have a lot of repetition in this palette. This is definitely a very different palette. With that being said, being an ABH stan somewhat, this is not the same Anastasia formula, and that's not to say it's bad. It's to say it's different. This is definitely not the standard formula that you find in the normal, is it 16 pans? The like normal ones that they've been doing for forever. This is not that formula. The shimmers are much harder pressed, which I don't hate, but Anastasia shimmers, when they're done correctly, like in the Sultry and in the Soft Glam palette, those are like my favorite shimmers of all time. So these shimmers are a little bit harder pressed, which they're still pretty, like you can see on my eye. They're still really gorgeous, but they're definitely different. And that is something to kind of keep in mind, that they are different. The matte formula is also, I think it's just pressed harder. They're not as soft or as like kickbacky. Like even when I pressed into this palette, there's a lot of pigment, but very little kickback from that. Whereas normally Anastasia shadows are kind of known for being very powdery, very much like crazy. It's like kind of a unique formula for them. This does not feel as unique of a formula. It kind of reminds me of the Huda Beauty palettes, which again, I think are great and I love. But I think if you love the Anastasia formula and you wanted a gigantic palette of Anastasia formulas, this does not feel the same as the other Anastasia formulas in my personal opinion. It just doesn't. And I've tried almost every shade in here at this point, except like these 3 darker ones. And I can safely say I think all of them are different from the standard ABH formula. I still like it, and I still would recommend it. I think it's a very good palette. I think if you're missing colors like this in your life, this would be a great palette. I think it's a very versatile palette. I think you could create a ton of different crazy looks and really combine the different color combinations to create something really cool. I really like the palette overall. I just don't think it's normal Anastasia, and I think a lot of people were wondering that, so that's kind of why I wanted to bring it up. But would I recommend it? I would recommend it. The price point is a little high. I wish it had been like $50 instead. I get it because you're getting so much more based on what they already sell their stuff at, whatever. Like, you are getting a lot more product in this and a lot more shades. I do feel $60 is a little bit of a high price point, but I'm not mad that I paid it. So that's kind of a personal decision if you think that's too much for you. Personally, I think it's a good palette. So yeah, that's gonna be everything from me, friends. I hope you liked this video. I hope it helped you gain some perspective on the palette, and I hope you enjoyed creating a little look together and just chatting about our weeks. Let me know how your week is going down below. I love you guys so much. If you like this video, please like and subscribe, or just subscribe, or do neither. Honestly, just so happy you're watching me. Thank you so much for being here. My merch, my social media, and everything that I'm wearing on my face, including the Norvina palette, will be linked in the description box down below, along with a link. This is the most important part. It's a link to register to vote. It's great. You, believe it or not, could go click that link down below, and you could have a voice in your local, federal, and state elections. And at this time in our current political climate, that is incredibly, incredibly important. So please make sure you register to vote so you can have a voice in what's going on. And if you don't live in the United States and you live in a different part of the world, make sure you're staying informed on what's going on around you. Make sure you're getting involved. Do positive things. Let's all just use our voices in a positive way, because the world definitely needs more of that. I love you guys so much, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!